So what we're going to do now is we're just going to add a few more specific things into the part of the segment of the routine you already know, just to make it a little bit more specific. Okay. In your handouts, there's a list of points or subos called source points. And what the source points do, they're individual subos on meridians. But what the source points do is they balance the energy of the meridian. The function of the work is to try to bring balance to the system, to try to bring balance to your physical and energetic bodies. And all the stretches that we do help. And if we can apply some pressure to individual points or subos, that also helps. The source points are very useful in doing that because they balance the energy in the meridian. Meaning if one line of energy happens to have too much energy, you hit the source point, not hit the point, stimulate the point. It helps balance the energy. And if you're deficient, like if it has low energy and you hit stimulate the subo, that helps balance it. So in the beginning of the session, when we're starting and going like this, and then we start going like this, and then we do thumb pressure. This is where you can hit the source point for these three meridians. Okay, so these are the points I want you to hit. Excuse me, stimulate. The first one is spleen meridian, and I want you to do this on yourselves while I'm demoing, so I want you to feel. The first one is spleen meridian. Now there's three lines of energy on the inside of the leg. They start on the feet and run up the leg and onto the torso. All three of them are yin meridians, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. The spleen meridian starts on the big toe, this side of the big toe, and it runs up. Its source point is right at the base of the big toe. So you need to take your thumb and hook it up underneath there and press, and you let me know if you feel a dull ache. Okay? So feel it on yourself. You feel dull ache? That's source. V goes like that. Yeah, she really felt it. So you can easily include it when you're doing thumb pressure like this. Go in and do the source points. That's for spleen. Jin, you feel that too, yes? Yeah. Okay, that's one. The other yin meridian is liver. Liver meridian starts on the inside of the big toe, here. And it runs right up the webbing, in between the big toe and the second toe. So, on the top of the foot. So, press in there until you feel a dull ache. Let me know, man, if you... This one you feel? And how about this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see? And you all feel it on yourself? Do it on yourselves.
Yep.
That's for liver. So you can easily include it into this. The other source point is for kidney. I mentioned there's three lines of energy that start on the feet and run up the body, and those are yin meridians. This is spleen, liver, and the third one is kidney meridian. Now the kidney meridian starts on the bottom of the foot. Here, it's the only meridian that starts on the bottom of the foot, but it comes up, and the source point is in between the medial malleolus and the Achilles tendon. Feel there's a little hollow there, but you don't press down into it, you press towards the malleolus, and they should feel a dull ache. You feel on this side? And everyone do that on themselves and see if you feel that. Yes? Source point. That's the one that people, you were saying, when you grab a hold, that it goes right in there. So these points are very valuable to be including in your shiatsu. As we go along now, we're going to start doing more points and following the meridians a little bit more, and that's what gives your treatment more specificity. That's what allows you to connect more readily to the energy. Okay, so again, we're going to include these 3 points from now on, 3 source points: spleen, liver, and kidney. Not only do I have a list in your handout that lists all the source points, but in this section that lists the meridians individually, it shows the pathway and it explains the function, and then there's certain points that shows the source point. So there's a picture of where it is and a description of where it's located. So easily to do that. So that's that. Now, also too, we're going to include the source points in the wrist. Okay, so we're going to come up to the arm. So there's 3 lines of energy in the arm, and these are 3 yin meridians of the arm. And the yin meridians of the arm start in the chest, and they go through the arm, and they end in the hand. And as I was asking you when you're working on the hand to work the thumb and the middle finger and the little finger, that is where the meridians end. They all start here. The lung meridian starts just below the clavicle, and it comes over the deltoid and comes in between the bicep and the tricep on the thumb side, and it comes right up and through the pad of the thumb and out the thumb. And its source point is right at the wrist crease. If you take your own hand, your own thumb, and feel just below the pad of the thumb, right at the wrist crease, and press in, feel? Dull ache?
Yeah.
See if everybody can locate that. You have to tell me now, I can't...
Yes.
Yes? You don't feel? Can you see if you can find it on her? Y'all are feeling okay? Everybody? V looks a little disappointed. Did you feel it or not? Okay. Jin? Yes? Okay. So that's that.
It's up here in the pad, right?
No, it's on the crease, the wrist crease. There's a little hollow.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel like a dull ache.
Press in and move your hand a little.
Okay. If I move, yeah.
That's source point for lung. The next meridian, the pericardium meridian, starts on the side of the pec, and it comes right through the head of the bicep, right in this groove, and right through the center of the forearm, and the source point is right in the center of the wrist crease. All 3 source points for the wrist are right in the wrist crease. So feel, go right in line with the middle finger, right at the wrist crease, and just bring it back a little bit, and they should feel a dull ache. Y'all feel that? Yes? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. And then the meridian continues out and goes right out the middle finger. Okay? And then the third one is the heart meridian. The heart meridian starts right in the center of the armpit, and it comes in between the bicep and the tricep on the little finger side. And it comes right up the soft portion or the yin portion of the forearm, and its source point again is right at the wrist crease in line with the little finger. So if you feel for that wrist crease and go in, you'll feel a dull ache. Yep. So that's the source point for the heart meridian. And then the meridian continues through the palm of the hand and right out to the inside of the little finger.
Coming up on 9 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So when you're doing this work from now on, when you're compressing in here, make sure that you include these source points. So for lung, pericardium, and heart. And when you're down at the feet, make sure that from now on, when you're doing thumbing, that you include the source points for spleen at the base of the big toe, liver on the dorsal surface of the foot in between the big toe and the second toe, and the kidney meridian right between the medial malleolus and the Achilles tendon with pressure towards the malleolus.